The phone in her hand glinted in the porch light as she screamed into it. "Officer, come quick! There's a man breaking into my property." That man was me. My suitcase was still in my hand, the plane ticket stub sticking out of my jacket pocket. I had returned a week early, eager to surprise my wife. Instead, the surprise was on me. HOA Karen's son was standing in my doorway, soda in one hand, smirk plastered across his face, wearing my t-shirt behind him. I could see my once orderly living room trashed, pizza boxes stacked, my TV remote on the floor, couch cushions strewn everywhere. Karen puffed up her chest and hissed, "You abandoned this house." My son needed somewhere to stay. "We're doing you a favor." She thought she had me. But what Karen didn't know was that she had just pulled the pin on her own grenade. I'm David, 51 years old, semi-retired Army vet, husband, homeowner. After 25 years of deployments and moving from base to base, this lakeside house was my sanctuary. I left for a 2-week trip to help my brother move states. The plan was simple. Come back, relax, maybe get some fishing in. Instead, I walked into a nightmare. Karen, our self-appointed queen of the HOA, had always been loud. Oversized sun hats, oversized sunglasses, oversized opinions. She thrived on the sound of her own voice bouncing off the lake. Her house sat at the end of the cul-de-sac, manicured within an inch of its life. With a lawn so artificial-looking, I used to joke it was vacuumed, not mowed. But Karen didn't just police her yard. She policed everyone's. Trash cans an inch too close to the curb? Violation. Wind chimes too loud? Fine. Grass too cheerful a green? Notice, she wasn't just a neighbor, she was a tyrant with a clipboard. And somehow, she believed the HOA gave her actual law enforcement powers. I had dealt with her antics before. Snide comments, petty notices, but nothing could have prepared me for seeing her son occupying my home like it was his dorm room. The kid, maybe 17, had his feet propped up on my table. He wore my t-shirt like it was a badge of victory. The gall in his eyes made my stomach turn. Karen stood in front, blocking me like a guard dog. "This neighborhood has rules," she sneered. "You were gone too long. Abandoned property defaults to community interest. My son is the rightful tenant now." I almost laughed at the insanity. Abandoned? I had been gone 12 days. My utility bills were on autopay. The yard guy had cut the grass last Tuesday. The lights were set on timers. Nothing about this house was abandoned. But Karen didn't live in reality. She lived in her own HOA kingdom, where she was judge, jury, and executioner. And in her kingdom, she had decided my house was hers to reassign. The boy grinned, sipping soda. "Don't worry, Mom, I got this." He leaned back against the door frame like he owned the deed. That laugh he gave? It cut deeper than Karen's lies. It wasn't just smug, it was mocking. He believed her nonsense. He believed I was the intruder. And when the siren wailed in the distance, my stomach sank. She had really done it. She had called the cops on me, the first police arrival. The squad car screeched up, tires crunching gravel. Karen straightened like royalty awaiting her guards. She waved her phone at them dramatically. "Officers, that's him. Arrest this trespasser immediately." The younger cop looked confused. "Ma'am, are you saying this is your house?" "Yes," Karen barked. "HOA authority. He abandoned it. My son is the rightful occupant." The officer glanced at me. I calmly set my bag down and pulled out the folded deed from my backpack. "My name's David. This is my land. Always has been. Check the county records if you need to." Karen's eyes narrowed. "He's lying." "Don't listen. He doesn't belong here." The older officer stepped closer. "You got proof?" I handed him the deed. My voice stayed even steady. "Paperwork doesn't lie," Karen sneered. "Paperwork can be faked." "He's dangerous. Arrest him before he hurts us." The boy behind her laughed again, soda slurping. "Yeah, cuff him already." For a moment, I thought I was about to be treated like a criminal in my own yard. And then, another siren. Reinforcements. The unexpected arrival. Another cruiser slid in, faster, more direct. Before the engine cut off, the door flung open. Out stepped my wife. Full uniform. Badge gleaming. Boots sharp against the gravel. Karen's smug grin evaporated. "Wait, what?" My wife's eyes locked on Karen. "What's going on here?" Her voice carried authority that silenced the younger cop instantly. Karen scrambled. That man broke into my property. Arrest him now. My wife's gaze flicked to me, then back. Calm, dangerous. Funny because I know for a fact this is my husband's property. The boy froze mid-sip, soda spilling onto his shirt. Mom? Karen sputtered. He abandoned it. HOA rules. Stop. My wife's voice cut like steel. Impersonating authority, squatting, filing a false police report. Do you understand how serious those charges are? The officers exchanged looks. Karen's confidence cracked. The fake eviction notice, but Karen wasn't done. She dug in her purse and yanked out a folded sheet of paper. You think you've won? Look, an official HOA eviction notice. He abandoned the house. It's mine now. The younger cop hesitated. Is that real? My wife snatched it, scanned it, and smiled coldly. Nice try. This isn't an eviction notice. It's a template downloaded online. You didn't even remove the watermark. She flipped it for all to see. Sample form, not for legal use. Karen's son muttered, Oh my God, Mom. Karen turned red. The neighbors support me. They all want him gone. We don't want strangers ruining our community. That word, strangers, hit like a blade. My wife stepped forward. Strangers? You mean the man who owns this land? Who fought for this country while you sat on a committee telling people what color their mailbox should be? The younger officer blinked. Military? I nodded once. Retired. I bled for this flag so people like her couldn't steal what doesn't belong to them. The tone shifted instantly. Respect replaced suspicion. Karen lunged forward, ripping the body cam off my wife's vest. This never happened. She shrieked, tossing it. Gasps erupted. The officers stiffened. That's destruction of evidence, the older cop barked. My wife calmly picked up the cam, brushed it off, clipped it back. That was your last mistake. Karen's son whispered, Mom, stop. You're making it worse, but Karen wasn't listening. Her eyes darted wild. You'll regret this. I'll sue everyone. I'll drag this neighborhood into court. I stepped closer, pulling my phone. Funny, before you file lawsuits, maybe check your own HOA balance. Her eyes flicked. Confusion. I held up the screen, showing her overdue HOA dues notice. The board had sent it to me by mistake while I was away. Her name, her debt. Looks like you're the one about to be evicted. Her son gasped. Mom, you didn't pay? Karen staggered back, pale. For the first time, she had no words. The older officer moved forward. Ma'am, that's enough. You're coming with us. The handcuffs clicked. Justice snapped shut. Neighbors spilled into the street, whispering, recording, watching the queen dethroned. Karen thrashed. You can't do this to me. I'm HOA board. I have rights. The older cop shook his head. HOA doesn't override the law. What you did is trespassing, fraud, false reporting. Her son's eyes widened as reality sank in. He muttered, I'm not going with her. Karen whipped around. What did you say? His voice cracked, but it was firm. I can't keep covering for you. You lied. You dragged me into this. You didn't care about me. You just wanted control. The crowd silenced. Even the officers paused. Karen's face twisted. I did this for you. No, he shouted. You did this for yourself. The boy stepped back, away from her. Shoulders hunched but free. The betrayal broke her more than the cuffs. As the cruiser door slammed, Karen's shouts muffled into the night. The neighborhood exhaled. People clapped my shoulder. Zah muttered, about time. Her son lingered awkwardly. I know I don't deserve it, but thank you for not letting her get away with it. She's been like this my whole life. I studied him. Not innocent, but not the villain either. Just a kid raised in chaos. You've got a chance to be different, I said quietly. Don't waste it. He nodded, eyes glassy, then walked off into the night alone, finally stepping out from her shadow. My wife slipped her arm into mine. You okay? I looked at the mess inside, pizza boxes, overturned furniture, the sour stink of soda. Then back at her uniform, her steady strength. Yeah, I said. Because no HOA Karen, no fake notice, no power-hungry neighbor could take this from us. The sun dipped low, painting the lake in gold. Justice wasn't always clean, but tonight it was satisfying, and now I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a neighbor, HOA, or even a boss abuse their so-called authority? How did you push back? Drop your story in the comments. I might feature it in a future video. And don't forget to like this story and subscribe to Keys in Chaos because trust me, You won't want to miss the next one.